There's no need for you to understand. You need to move your feet.
Dude, take your power trip out of here.
Hurry up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another Monday video. Today, we are on our own. We got a solo session today. Devin and Joe are busy, so I am out here gonna try and get some good training in. Hopefully hit up some new spots here downtown Phoenix and just get away with a good session, hopefully. On top of training today, we're gonna chat a little bit about parkour on YouTube and just the bad direction that I think it's going. Not every channel, but there are a lot of channels that are basically just memifying the sport and getting millions and millions of views. And at the end of the day, I just think it's not good for the sport. It paints it in a very negative light. But for some reason, YouTube wants to keep pushing those kinds of videos. So we'll chat a little bit about that, but we're gonna try and get to our first couple spots, get some movement in, and then we'll start hitting the topic. How are you? Is it okay if I keep doing this or no? Do you know what parkour is? Yeah, it's just jumping. Forget it. You enjoy your weekend. Kicked off before we could even do anything. Well, not the best start to the day. Hopefully we'll find a couple other places that don't have security guards that are 80-year-old women roaming around. Yeah.
You need to get down.
Yeah. Man, you guys are just all over the place today.
You need to pack that up and head on out, please.
Gladly. Have a good weekend.
You can record all you want, but you need to head out.
Fine. I'll head out.
Okay.
I'm not
Let's go.
disagreeing. You're telling me to speed
Let's
it
go.
up?
Let's go.
Really, man?
Yeah, really. Let's
Really?
go.
Gladly. Keep standing right there.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Get all you want, but you got to get out of here.
Out of here. Have a good one.
Yep.
It's gonna be one of those days, guys.
And you make sure you get on your recording. If you come back, you're gonna be arrested for trespassing.
I'm gonna be dude. It's a public.
Let's go.
It's a stairwell.
This is private property. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go.
Why are you being so?
You need to go. Get off the property.
Hold on.
You need to go. No. Hold on. You need to go.
Now I want to talk to you. Why are you being so hostile, man?
Hey, Moore, I got a guy over here stepping on our
stepping on
rails, and he's refusing to leave the property.
I'm leaving the property. I just want to know why.
You don't need to talk.
I want to know why you're being so hostile. Like you're coming out just like yelling.
Hurry up. Let's go.
Gladly.
I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to answer any questions. You need to get off our property and don't come back.
Gladly, man.
Make sure that's recorded too.
It is recorded. It is recorded.
Hurry up.
I don't understand why you're being so hostile.
There's no need for you to understand. You need to move your feet. That's all you need to understand.
Oh,
let's go.
Right. Dude, take your power trip out of here.
Hurry up.
Jesus.
Off our property.
Off your property. Right here.
Good.
Public street.
Keep it moving.
I don't need to keep moving anything now. I'm on a public street, man.
That's great.
Why are you being so hostile?
Do not be on our property.
Why are you being
Why
so
are you on our
hostile?
property? Why are you on our property without permission?
Do you want me to explain it to you?
More, can you
I can explain what I'm doing.
PD? This guy will not leave.
I'm leaving, man.
Can you get PD out here?
Jeez, oh Pete's, dude.
I don't need to explain nothing to you. Stop talking to me and go. That's all you need to do. Quit asking me questions. Quit trying to talk to me. Quit trying to get me on your camera. Trying to get me on YouTube. I already know what that's all about.
You know what it's all about.
You need to, if I catch you on this property again, you're going to be arrested for trespassing.
Do
you understand?
Have a great day, boss. In the morning, not night. Wow. Jesus Christ. What an asshole. Those are the security guards that I hate. Being so aggressive, dude. damn. Well, at this rate, we're not gonna be able to get any movement in. Well, since we've already had our fair share of entertainment today, I guess now we'll get to the topic, since I can't do anything anywhere without getting kicked off. So when you look at YouTube and parkour content on YouTube, there's really only like 3 categories of content. You've got your parkour purists who are out there doing regular training, trying to, you know, progress the sport in a positive way. You've got tutorial channels, which also I think are very good for the community, help kind of break down things for beginners to learn, which is always a positive. And then there's the channels that just memify the sport and take it in a direction that I just don't think is healthy for the sport in the long term, and in my opinion are just cringy. They're so bad to watch, in my opinion. And these are channels like Nitro Parkour, Nick Pro, Rafu BL. These channels, Nitro Parkour and Rafu BL, they make POV chases that are just awful, absolutely awful. And I'm sure you've seen some of them on your YouTube feed, you know, gems like late for my flight POV, escaping angry girlfriend POV, escaping angry TikTok star. Like, they're really bad. And the thing is too, like, the parkour in them are not that great, and in general are just very hard for me to watch. I don't understand how the general public enjoys watching them. And then you have a channel like Nick Pro, where he does videos where he like recreates parkour stunts from movies, and not even just movies where people are actually doing parkour, like Sonic the Hedgehog. He recreated stuff they did in that, like, really bad. And here's the issue. These channels get millions and millions of views. I'm not exaggerating. Literally millions of views in the past 6 months. Now, compare those numbers to 2 of the most respected athletes in the sport right now, Travis Verke and Dom Tomato. You look at their channels and they are minuscule compared to those other channels. Even Store right now have admitted that they're in an algorithm rut, and their general basic training videos are not performing as well as they should be, in my opinion. But here's the thing, as long as people watch them, as long as people click on them, YouTube will continue pushing those kinds of videos, which I think is just an awful practice for the sport. I found a pretty good challenge at this spot, but the thing is, there's still people kind of walking in and out of this building, and I don't know what businesses are open or if there's security here. There's cameras, so this is the challenge. I want to plyo on all of these and down, but I measured the distance at the base and they're 7 feet, which is doable for me, but it's just, they're kind of in an angle, so I don't know how much further they actually are up at the top. So I don't know if I want to risk it. Like, we've already had so many issues with security already. Like, I don't know if I want to deal with it, honestly. It's kind of like my first water challenge I've ever done. It's so much scarier. It's not a super big jump. I should be able to make it standing, but looking at it like standing looks really big. So I think I'm just gonna try and feather back like a 2-step running pre into it. It's so scary. I would hate that. I would have to come back with a towel and really clean the tops of those off. Feels kind of big. I'm having to kind of reach, and with how slippery they are on top, and they kind of wobble a bit too. Something to think about. It's one of those things too, I wonder, because look, you can see that this is angled, and this one is not. See, like, this one here is kind of cracking. I mean, I don't think they're going anywhere, but still, I'm curious if that lean in these last two are supposed to be like that, or if the base is just starting to degrade and they're starting to tip. Because if that's the case, I don't know if I really want to get out there and do it. I haven't done 360s in a while. Even when I was like doing a little bit in the gym, I never took them outside to like concrete. This seems like a nice area to practice because they're only like 3 inches tall for the ledges, so if I come up short, I'm not gonna shin myself, which is the #1 fear when I do 360s. Mention how nice it is. Like, I can actually do some stuff here and not get yelled at. Beautiful. Ooh, it's really hard keeping your feet together on 360s because you're coming around and all that momentum is kind of separating your legs. It's tough to get a stick where your feet are together. Nice, dude! Back to the conversation at hand. The biggest thing with these channels is that they memify the sport, and I think they kind of paint it in a very negative light. And not only that, the videos, in my opinion, are just lazy and cringy, so cringy. When I was doing research on some of the channels and videos, I went into incognito mode so my YouTube feed doesn't get flooded with these kinds of videos. They're just not fun to watch. And I hate it because these millions of people are probably not many people that train parkour. They're probably general public that see it and like, oh my God, this is parkour, it's so cool. You know, compare all of these channels that do these parkour POVs to Store's most recent POV video, which was Dying Light 2, okay? You compare the numbers on those and they don't even compare. These other channels blow Store's POV out of the water, and it sucks because that POV was beautifully done. They had, you know, proper production, they had costumes, they had a story arc, they had a massive AAA game backing them, and still YouTube did not push the numbers compared to these other POV videos, and it just sucks. Now, it does sound like I'm just complaining to complain, and some people be like, oh, well, why don't you just do that, you know? If it's so easy, do those kinds of videos and get millions of views. And at the end of the day, I don't want to do those kinds of videos because I enjoy the sport for what it really is, and those videos do not do it justice. We don't get a say in it. We're at the mercy of a computer program, an algorithm that basically picks which videos to push. There aren't people sitting behind the desk looking at videos being like, oh, this will be a good video to help grow this community. No, we're dealing with a computer program that looks at stats, and that's it. That's all they look at. This spot is gonna be iffy. It's a rooftop spot. Up here, some plyos. There's some other gaps over here in the middle of the building. We've got a main road right here. Also looks like there's some old people over there that are doing absolutely nothing. So there's a strong chance that we might get booted quick. some plyos here. Kind of weird. They're not completely sealed up, like we got wiring and shit still here. But they seem solid enough. Got some gaps here. Nothing crazy. And with a nice step up like over to that, it'd be very doable. But there's a lot of water up here right now. We got some rain recently, so water just sits up here until it gets hot. There's not really many drainage systems set up here in Phoenix at the tops of buildings. Cool little setup here because the walls progressively get further and further apart, so you can work up and progress your prees here, which is kind of cool. The furthest jump at the end is just under 10 of my size 12 shoes, so it's probably in between 10 and 11 feet, somewhere in there. Closest one yet. That was the first security guard that kicked us off this morning. I want to go ride through this parking lot just to piss this guard off again. Alright, so you guys saw that pre. Here's the upgrade. Up there. Only 8 feet, not very big. Very easy to overpower and go, you know, over to the safe side, but up there, much scarier. So much scarier. This parking garage is right outside the gym that I go to, so I've seen that for a while and knew it was very possible because it's not very big. It's just high up, so I'm happy with that. We'll come back for this stick another day. But I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this session. What an interesting day. A rough start. I think we got a couple good challenges in at least. Just kind of starting to get back in the swing of trying to find scary challenges. But in terms of the topic, I want all of your opinions on it. You know, what are your thoughts on that kind of content? You know, the awful, cheesy POV videos, the channels that recreate parkour from movies, if you even really want to call it parkour. I wouldn't. I'm curious. And at the end of the day, I'm not blaming the creators. I'm not blaming those channels. It is the algorithm, it is YouTube that is choosing to push that content. And it's all based off of Because as far as I'm concerned, people that actually enjoy the sport and want to progress the sport to a wider general audience do not like those kinds of videos, because they just make a mockery of the sport, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. At the end of the day, I can complain all I want, but if I want, you know, to try and get those kinds of numbers, I would have to cater to that. And I want to try and do my best to represent the sport in a positive light, to where new people can look at it, essentially either be impressed or take interest in wanting to try it. It's really all it comes down to. So I hope you guys have a good week, a good weekend. Get out there, get some training in, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.